Oh, hello there, Americana Highways crew. I'm Rebecca Loebe. It is so nice to be here with you on this cozy Friday night. I'm just hopping over to the Americana Highways Facebook page so that I can share this to my Facebook page. And then we will be all done with business and we can get started with the show. I believe I should be seeing myself here on this page. Am I here? Fun. All right, well, let's pick up the guitar. Yep, there I am. Okay, I'm now watching myself on this live stream on this laptop. Hi. All right, sharing to my page. Share on a page I manage, Rebecca Loebe. I'm gonna say, come hang out with me. Now you all know my dirty secret, which is that I type and talk at the same time. Okay, that's been saved. This has been muted. I'm putting this here so I can see the comments. Oh my God, Rich. Hi, Wendy. Wendy, I tried to call you on the phone yesterday or 2 days ago just to confirm that this was a nighttime show because I had thought it was daytime when I accepted it. And I was like, I don't know why anybody would want to have a concert at 8:15 in the morning, but I will do it for you. And then I realized when Wendy confirmed it that it was in the evening, which is good news, except it means that I missed Drag Race, but that's okay because I love you guys and I'm willing to. Alrighty, let's start with some tunes, shall we? You're a peach, you're a gem, you're a prince among men. Love is a blessing, I know. But I got my eye on the mystery prize, and it gets to me. So there are questions and answers on decent first dates, in a heart that is open while guarding its gates. But love is a fortress of blood, sweat, and stone, and once it's been christened, don't come down alone. You're a peach, you're a gem, you're a prince among men. Your love is a blessing, I know, but I got my eye on the mystery prize, and it gets to me. So there are winners and losers in football and horse races, boggle and goose chases, game shows and cards. But love is a fortress, love is a blood sport. You lose if you draw, you can only win if no one loses at all. You're a peach, you're a gem, you're a prince among men. Your love is a blessing, I know, but I got my eye on the mystery prize. It's an unfair comparison, choosing between all that I've got versus all that could be waiting. Exhilaration, adrenaline, goose chasing, saving the game at the 30-yard line, and it gets to me. Yeah, it gets to crowd goes wild and the folk singer disappears from sight. Ha ha ha, just kidding, I had to grab my set list. I had thrown it onto the floor, but it fell upside down. All right. I'm supposed to be on tour right now. I'm supposed to be in England, actually. I was very proud of myself. I had gotten, after many years of trying, a super reputable booking agent in the United Kingdom, Martin Woodhead. He did a killer job of lining up a really amazing tour. It was like 12 shows in 14 days, and the whole point of it was to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of my record, Mystery Prize. We had launched something called the Mystery Prize 2020 Tour, and that was to celebrate this record that I released back in 2010. And the reason I wanted to celebrate it, I don't plan on throwing 10-year birthday parties for all my albums, but Mystery Prize was a little special to me because it's the first record I released having any clue who I wanted to be as a musician, and it's the first album that I released that got any attention whatsoever. It spent over 2 months on the Americana Top 40 chart. At the beginning of the year when I released it, I was sort of living in my car, just traveling around the country, playing shows, spending all the money I could at a radio promo campaign, and by the end of the year, it had been played on like 600 radio stations in the US and gotten a record deal in Europe, and had gotten me on the TV show The Voice. So anyhow, it was an exciting album. It kind of opened a lot of doors for me. So I wanted to celebrate it. Hello there in London. I wish I was there with you. And the set list I'm using for this show is the set list from the first weekend of the Mystery Prize 2020 tour, which I think is the only weekend of that tour that's gonna happen, but that's okay. You know what? I have no complaints. I want everyone to be home and healthy, and I love it that we can connect with each other this way. But anyhow, I'm gonna give you guys a little mini version of the Mystery Prize 2020 tour. Well, I could shut down the city, throw you a parade with circus tents and elephants, firework displays, or I could be Barnum or Bailey, an army of rockets. But I can't compete with her in that dress. Well, I could build a home for orphans, walk across the Nile, find a cure for cancer, help your parents reconcile. I could be shot out of a cannon and land on your front step, but I can't compete with her in that dress. An unnerving sensation, a disturbing relationship in which I'm envious of bumps in the night. Tell me why I could show you how I love you every second or every day. Oh, I could tell you you are free to go, you are welcome to stay. Oh, I could guard your darkest secrets deep down in my chest, but I can't compete with her in that dress. Oh, no, I can't compete with her in that dress. All right. Let's see. Thank you, David and Melissa and everyone who's listening. Hi, Mike. Oh, gosh, it's good to see you. I wrote this little ditty early in the morning after having a brief disagreement with someone about whether I should make scrambled eggs or fried eggs for breakfast. If I've done you wrong, then just say so. If If I stayed too long, darling, let me know. Just say so to me. I've slept all night for the first time in years, closer to you than I knew I could be. And I've stayed up nights fighting back my fears that your smile don't light up anymore for me. If I've done you wrong, then just say so. If you want me gone, so it shall be. If I stayed too long, darling, let me know. Just say so to me. I've stayed up nights waiting for clarity. I knock on the door and no door call. Desperate to hear you still care for me. You can't bear to be terribly far after all. If I've done you wrong, then just say so. If you have moved on, I will leave you in peace. But if I'm still your woman, darling, let me know. Just say so to me. Please say so to me. And I knocked my tuner off the top of the guitar. That must be a good omen. So I've got a question for you guys out there in internet land. Who has, or maybe had, a badass grandmother? I mean, at least a few of you must. So who has a badass grandmother? I had two super badass grandmas. And I think about them a lot when I'm out on tour, because their generation did so much in terms of breaking down boundaries and making it possible for me to do what it is that I love to do. So first of all, I want to ask, who out there has a badass grandmother? Please do share a little bit about them if you're comfortable. But what I'll tell you about my grandma is that she divorced her high school sweetheart. They got married after school, but she divorced him in the mid to late 1930s because she found out that he was cheating on her with a woman from work, a woman that my grandmother hired to be his assistant. That young lady had to get a physical from the company doctor to make sure that she was fit for work. And the doctor said, well, Margaret, she's got a slight heart murmur, but other than that, she's very healthy. And my grandmother, 50-something years later, said, little did I know that pretty soon her heart would be a murmuring for my husband. Okay, hilarious grandma. But anyhow, she moved on. She took their daughter, which I don't think was super common in the 1930s, to divorce your cheating husband and move across the state. But she did it. She moved to Eastern Tennessee, and she got a job at the Oak Ridge plant in Tennessee. That was just being formed. It was early 1940s by this point. And they were working in secret on what turned out to be the Manhattan Project, which is totally wild that my grandmother was involved in that. And her specific job, no one there knew what they were building. They were, in fact, building the atomic bomb. Nobody knew it, though. They were simply doing their part to, help the war effort and building pieces on assembly lines that were just pieces of machinery. They had no idea what it was. And my grandmother's job in particular was as the counselor of women. So she was there to help young women learn how to live on their own, work sometimes for the first time, live independently, raise their kids in this new compound. And while she was there, she met and married a handsome gentleman named Roy Loebe and moved with him up to Illinois, where he was from. And she always joked about how funny it was that Roy Loebe was returning home with a divorced Southern war bride. Oh, the scandal. So they had a very happy marriage. They had 2 kids, including my dad, luckily. And when, unfortunately, not too long after that, Grandma and Grandpa Roy had started a real estate business together called Loebe Family Realty. And about 6 months after they started it together, they had both just gotten real estate licenses and hung up their shingle. And Grandfather Roy passed away. And so my grandmother was left 1,000 miles from home with 2 little kids, 1 older kid, a brand new business, an industry she didn't know much about, and didn't know what she was going to do. And what she ended up doing was running that real estate company by herself from the 50s into the 60s, into the 70s. She got elected to be the town tax collector, which I think must mean that people liked her a lot, because you don't elect somebody you dislike to collect your taxes. And she retired to the beach. She lived a really happy life. She was a wonderful woman. And I think about her all the time, her and my other grandmother, who I could also give a TED talk about. I won't, because I don't have that much time. But my grandmother, Betty, graduated from law school in 1947. So I think about those women a lot, because people say to me after my gigs, "Oh, you're so brave for traveling the country and making music." And I think, like, brave? Really? I think I'm self-indulgent perhaps at best, but adventurous perhaps. But it's really the women of that generation who were so brave in opening all these doors for us that we're able to walk through. So anyhow, this is a song for all the grandmas. Grandma wasn't happy, the buttons on her dress buckled under pressure, battling her breast. My face and hands were dirty, I didn't stand a chance with her that way. Nothing I could do, nothing I could say to make her believe what I had done that day, but I would swear that I was flying. The horses in their harness were dirtier than me. Down beside the river, we had run till we were free. So I was late for supper, missed my father for the night. But tell me how the time of man could reach me in mid-flight. Nothing I could do, nothing I could say to make her believe what I had done that day, but I would swear that I was flying. She's frowning, but not at me. Deep, deep, deep down, I think she's glad to see me flying. So what is it to grow up, to trade in all your wings for sauerkraut and housecoats, the news the mailman brings, for chocolates you ration to children in your care who have no use for combs or soap or brushing out their hair? What else can you do? What else can you say to make them believe in gravity and pain? I guess you pray. Guess you pray they're real really flying. Oh yes, I pray. Gotta pray they're really flying. Oh, let us pray. Let us pray they're really flying. Thanks so much. I wrote that song at a writing retreat out in the West Texas desert, hosted by a good friend of mine named Jay Wagner. He takes a group of songwriters out there every year, and one of the things he has us do is, and we're way out there off the grid, no cell phone, no internet, just 30 quirky songwriters. And one of the things he does is passes out historical photos and asks us to make up a story and write a song. And I realized during that song that the picture that song is based on is right up there above me. Here, I'm gonna take you a little closer. Fancy. Okay, all right. Standing on some furniture. There you go. You see there's a little boy and he's got angel wings on and horses harnessed to his bicycle. And I thought, well, that kid looks like he knows how to have a good time. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the photo, there's this grumpy-looking woman, and I thought, oh, I'll bet it's her job to keep that kid alive. So I wrote the song for her. That song was for Grandma, for that weird kid's grandma. All right, I think I can squeeze in a couple more here if I don't yammer on too much. So I'm going to play another tune from Give Up Your Ghosts, which is the record I released last year on Blue Corn Music. This is a song called Ghosts, and I wrote it for myself when I needed a reminder to just calm down and take things as they come. Have you ever tried to fall asleep, twisted in a stranger's sheets, unsure where you should put your feet, unsure if you belong? Have you ever watched a peaceful jest rise and fall as you got dressed, unsure if you could catch your breath, unsure if you're that strong? Relax, let it go, roll with the flow. You're gonna get over it, be fine in the end. Give up all your ghosts, at least the ones you love the most. They're never holding you as close as you are holding them. Have you ever felt a sinking hook in the soft flesh of a hand you shook, the glancing of a single look you die to see again? Have you ever tried to cross that bridge far away from where you live, unsure where the bottom is or why you need to know? Relax, let it go, roll with the flow. You're gonna get over it, be fine in the end. Give up all your ghosts, at least the ones you love the most. They're never holding you as close as you are holding them. Don't forget we're all worthy of a little faith and a lot of mercy. Have you ever woken from a dream, rattled as a tambourine, unsure if you should laugh or scream or simply play along? Relax, let it go, roll with the flow. You're gonna get said, never holding you as close as you were holding them. Thank you so much. Thanks. Yeah, you know, I released a whole record last year, Give Up Your Ghosts, all about letting go of what's no longer serving us, which was the message that I needed at the time. And I had a really great time touring with that record and sharing that concept with rooms full of people all across the country, out in Europe and the UK. So this is going to be my last song. I want to thank Melissa Clark and Americana Highways for having me and for all of the work that they are doing to support independent musicians during these crazy and unprecedented times. You can find me out there on the internet. I'm releasing new songs and stories and essays and whatnot through my Patreon page, which I forgot to tell Melissa about and I forgot to leave a link for. But you can find me pretty easily there if you go to patreon.com/Rebecca Loebe. And that's my favorite way of keeping in touch with folks and of kind of getting a little extra support in these times. It starts at $1, and the idea is if a lot of people kick in $1, it can make a big difference. So anyhow, a lot of these songs were first heard on my Patreon, and I'll be sharing some more brand new ones soon. I'm gonna leave you with this one. It's for anyone who ever went to middle school. No one feels cool, no one feels popular, no one's a loser, though everybody thought they were. Nothing they say has ever really been about you anyway. Run away if you wanna, but you cannot slay the dragon you don't stand and fight, and all of time is just a phase. Just remember, no one feels cool, no one feels popular, no one's a loser, though everybody thought they were. Nothing they say has ever really been about you anyway. So post away if you wanna, but you cannot complain about your life not adding up, 'cause all the world is but a stage. Just remember, no one feels cool, no one feels popular, no one's a loser, though everybody thought they were. Nothing they say has ever really been about you anyway. Run me, I'll run you, and I'll go anywhere in the whole wide world you want me to, 'cause all my love is yours to take. Just remember, no one feels cool, no one feels popular, no one's a loser, though everybody thought they were. Thank you guys so much for joining me from my home in Texas to your home wherever you are. I hope you all are doing well. I hope your families are safe and staying healthy, and that you are finding ways to treat yourself every day because you deserve it. Take good care. Sending you all my love, and I hope to do this again soon. This was my first full web concert of the COVID era, and it was very fun. Y'all made it painless. So anyhow, stay in touch. Let me know if there's anything that I can do for you, any troubadourial services you might need. Maybe we'll do a cover show sometime soon. At any rate, good night. Thank you all so much. I'll hang out on the chat for a little bit if you have any questions. Goodbye, good night, good luck. Finish.